The screams began before the flames were even visible. Children pounded on locked doors. Tiny fists slammed against wood that wouldn't budge. Smoke curled through the hallways. Then fire. It moved fast, so fast that teachers didn't have time to think, only run. But the front vestibule, narrow, dark, and deadly, had already become a trap. March 4th, 1908. A bitter cold morning in Collinwood, Ohio. The children of Lakeview Elementary arrived as they always did, snow melting on boots, scarves damp with breath, carrying lunch pails and pencils in gloved hands. Inside, coal stoves roared to life, pushing back against the chill that clung to the stone walls. Over 300 students packed into the narrow brick building. In the basement, a furnace door creaked open, unnoticed. Flames licked upward, unnoticed. There was no alarm, no smoke detector, just a low, creeping heat that climbed behind the walls. The first sign was the smell, a sharp, bitter scent that twisted through the halls. Some students noticed it right away, others ignored it. Then came the smoke, thick and black, rolling down the corridors like a living thing. A teacher opened a stairwell door and saw fire eating its way up from below. They shouted, ordered students to run. Dozens of children flooded into the main hallway, their footsteps pounding like a stampede. But the front doors, tall and heavy, swung inward. As the crowd surged forward, the doors refused to open. They were designed to keep people out, not let them escape. Panic erupted. The crush became unbearable. Children screamed, pushed, clawed their way toward the exit. Those at the front were pinned, unable to move, their bodies smashed against the wood as more poured in behind them. The heat closed in from behind. Glass shattered. Smoke consumed the light. Some children collapsed where they stood. Others fell on top of them, forming a wall of tangled limbs and scorched cloth. In the upper classrooms, teachers broke windows, threw children out into the snow one by one. Some jumped themselves, others didn't make it that far. In one classroom, a group of girls knelt together in a corner, their arms wrapped around each other, waiting for the fire to reach them. Outside, neighbors rushed from their homes. Parents gathered at the fence, their faces twisted with confusion and dread. Within minutes, the roof gave way. A wall collapsed. The sound of screaming faded, swallowed by the roar of flame. When firefighters arrived, the building was already a skeleton. Smoke bled from the windows. A heap of bodies blocked the main entrance. Some were still alive, coughing in shallow gasps. Most were not. One fireman wept openly as he pulled charred corpses from the pile. Children were found clutching each other. A teacher lay with her arms around two boys, shielding them with her own body. They all died together. The air reeked of scorched wood, burned cloth, and something else, something human. The final count: 172 children dead. Most were between the ages of 6 and 14. Some families lost 2, 3, even 4 children. One mother fainted when she saw 4 coffins lined up in her parlor. A father sat motionless for hours, staring at an empty chair at the table. The funerals stretched on for days. Tiny white coffins lowered into frozen ground, one after another. A line of hearses wound through town like a funeral procession that never ended. The grief was not quiet. It was a wailing that shook the church rafters and echoed through kitchens and schoolrooms for years. Investigators blamed the furnace, though no exact cause was confirmed. But everyone agreed what truly killed those children wasn't the fire. It was the building. Inward opening doors. A narrow front corridor. No fire drills. No fire alarms. Warnings had been given for years, but ignored. Safety, like so many things, had come second to cost. In the aftermath, outrage swept across the country. Laws changed, schools rebuilt, doors redesigned to open outward, fire codes rewritten, drills mandated. But justice came too late for the children of Collinwood. Their names were etched into stone while architects and city officials offered condolences and moved on. The school was razed, and in its place rose a monument, silent, cold, and still, carved with the names of the dead. A place where the wind carries faint echoes of a fire no one could stop, and footsteps that never made it to the door. Thank you for listening to Road to Ruins. Subscribe for more true stories where systems fail and people pay the price.